Okay, so let's talk about a bit what artists do to build their brand. So basically, we obviously have the music, we have Instagram, TikTok, and then we have music videos, live shows, and that is obviously a lot already. But let's think about like how like big portion of personal brands, how they have been built, and how a lot of people became big and build their brand. It's on YouTube. It's kind of crazy to me, surprising to me that not more artists make YouTube videos. And I don't mean like music videos and stuff. Of course, like some artists do, but like there are so many that don't. And again, like I know like the rap industry the best, so maybe this is just like a rap thing or something. I know that in K-pop, at least, they do like some vlogs, like actually like quite a lot of like entertainment content outside of the usual music stuff. So that is obviously like different, and it's just really different in general compared to like, let's say, like rap. I just wonder why more artists don't do it. Yeah, of course, it's a lot of work for artists already to do all of this stuff, promote the music on Instagram, TikTok. Obviously TikTok is easier than YouTube because it's shorter and easier and so on. But yeah, here's basically the idea like that I have. So artists need to like release a lot of music, especially when they're like up and coming. And even then, like if they want to like stay up, they need to like release music consistently. Usually, of course, we have exceptions like these people who already like made like huge Playboy Cardi, A$AP Rocky, who are just like chilling and don't release anything and don't do anything basically. Or they make music but they just don't release anything, which is kind of crazy. But I had this thought that what if you would make YouTube consistently, and it would be obviously like content about your music. So essentially you would build your fan base around YouTube, because that is something that I feel like is a bit like different and many artists don't do so much, and then you can obviously release music, but obviously like more is better, but you don't even have to release so often when you stay consistent on the YouTube stuff. And why specifically YouTube? I know like artists do this on TikTok already. I think big reason for it might be that TikTok is it's a bit like trendy hip thing for like kids, like younger kids, and music is heavily like carried by like younger generations. But I think the thing with YouTube is that YouTube, when someone watches your YouTube video compared to your TikTok video, because TikTok is just like brain like a funny video, but on YouTube, if someone watches your video, they're gonna bond with you so much more, and like you're gonna be way more meaningful to them. It's almost like a real life relationship when they watch enough of your videos, And this is not just like some nonsense. I'm saying like there are studies about this. Like there's like, I don't remember how much it is, but certain amount of hours, if they watch your YouTube videos, they will basically like be bonded with you, even if you don't know them. And that's so powerful. And when you're an artist, you need to like keep giving your fans something in order that they keep interest, And I feel like if you just like need to give like song, I mean, it obviously like works. It's a really, really common strategy. But what if like instead of song, you would like give them a bit more about like your brand, and just build that connection, build that personal brand. Okay, just imagine this. There's like two versions of me. And there is Nino 1, Nino 2. Nino 1 version would release like, let's say, 4 songs as fast as possible. So we keep building the fan base, we keep people like entertained and interested, and keep their attention. And then there's Nino version 2, who would release 1 song, and then he would get some attention from that, and that attention would also translate to YouTube, and back and forth. And on YouTube, he will like talk about like the previous song and the upcoming song, and then he like kind of shows what is the meaning behind the upcoming song, and what is the setup, and basically just like telling things about you. And these people who hear the first song, they get invested, they find your YouTube videos, and then they get more invested because they know more about you. Do you think that the second song is gonna do better, or is gonna have more people's like real attention compared to if you just like release bunch of music back to back back to back. Obviously, like just release music, it works, you know. But my point is that like I think this would be a really smart idea to kind of separate yourself from the mass, you know, because like people listen to these artists they find on TikTok and whatever, but they don't really like know anything about them, so they don't stick to their mind. They don't really like care about them. Let's just be honest. But this is like a nice way to build stronger fan base, and once it's like stronger, people have stronger bonds, stronger connection with you. Therefore, your fan base is a lot like stronger. The base of the fan base is a lot stronger than someone who just like randomly listens to a song on TikTok and doesn't know anything else. And if you're thinking that, you know, you're up and coming, like your life is not so interesting because like there is this flexing culture, and there's also like in a way I think why like Instagram and TikTok is more popular is because like it's easier to fake stuff, you know. It's easier to like show that you make a lot of money, everything is so good and amazing. But I think this will be the new meta, let's say, the next wave, that people are just like raw, real, authentic, you know. This is kind of the direction where YouTube is going, just in general, like a big part of it. Like instead of like acting like these kids who wear like some fake designer stuff and just trying to flex and, you know, like act like rich online and look like an idiot, how about you just like show what is the real thing and what is your real motivation and how you really work, and more about you as a person. And like, and the type of videos that you can do is you can even be like teaching stuff like, oh, here, like this is the way I make beats, and I think like you could like learn something from this, or like this is the way I pick up vocals, or you will be teaching stuff, or even like this stuff, the kind of stuff that I do, or just like some vlog stuff, you know, just like have someone film yourself or whatever. It can be anything as long as you're just showing and talking about your music stuff. You can be teaching or you can just be showing off. I mean, not showing off, but like showing what you're doing. And like, and a big mistake that a lot of the smaller artists make is that they like think they need to do things the way the big artists are doing. Let's just make it clearer. Like, let's have Playboi Carti and A$AP Rocky as an example. They don't release music, they just release snippet man. And if anyone who wouldn't be on that level already, established level, would do that, it would be like it would be a suicide for your career. Like, the only thing they are like managing and are still like lasting and building, like they even managed to build hype with this stuff, just being like horrible artists, even though they don't like release anything or do anything, you know. That's not what you want to do or do anything. You want to do the opposite. You want to keep as much as possible so you get people's attention. So like don't try to be like mysterious or like, well, I mean, obviously this is also like something that kind of depends on your brand. But if you decide to be like some mysterious opium guy who only like has one picture on Instagram and there's no like other information about you, just be aware that you're basically leaving money on the table. Like, you're basically leaving attention on the table, you know. You can do that if you want to just like save your sacred aura or whatever, but just be aware, like, it's kind of stupid. Like, just business wise, it's kind of stupid. It's not like genius when like these big artists are doing it. It's just that they get away with it because they are already so big. Kanye gets away with like doing silly stuff because he's so big. I think Cardi is like really good example, and well, Rocky too. How they don't like release anything except snippets, and they somehow like manage to even build hype. But it's just because they're big, you know. You should like not compare it to them. If someone smaller does it, they're dead, gone, forgotten forever. I think YouTube might be like really smart move for a lot of people, and therefore you don't need to like stress about like having new music all the time when you consistently entertain and give something to your fans, which can be like videos. If you just like give snippets all the time and don't release anything, we all know like that kind of like turn against you can be like kind of annoying. I think it would just be a really good way to nurture your audience, your fan base, and so on. So yeah, it's just something to think about and take into consideration. And yeah, I think it's just like really, really underutilized. I don't know. I honestly like don't know why. It's like, why no more artists do YouTube? It's actually kind of crazy. I mean, there are like tutorials and stuff, but like, I don't know. Maybe people don't like care about watching that stuff, but like, I know that I will care, and I know like a lot of people I know will care about like you know, maybe there isn't a lot market for it, but I think there is, and I think it's just underutilized because it's not like to artistry. It's not as cool. I think it's that simple, and if you can get past that and try and do this as a smart strategic business move, I think that would be like really smart. But yeah, I will see you guys on the next video. Bye bye.